bench press, one of the most important upper body push exercises for everyone that wants to build up a big meaty chest. So today we're going to talk about the bench press and how to perfectly set it up, and this video is a must watch if you want to build big pecs, strong shoulders and big muscular arms. With this in mind, welcome back to my Big 5 series. We discussed the squat, we discussed the deadlifts, and today we're going to discuss on how to perfectly set up your bench if you want to build a big muscular upper body. There's different versions of chest and bench presses. Today I'm going to focus on the classic flat bench barbell bench press, because this is the exercise that I choose when I want to build more power in my upper body, in my pecs and arms. Together with the squat and the deadlift, the flat bench press is one of the most important exercises or main exercises if you want to build up a big muscular athletic shape. Forget about hundreds of repetitions of tricep push downs or triceps extensions. Unless you become super strong in like heavy benching, you will never be able to build big arms. When you bench press, you train or you work on your pecs, shoulders, especially the front delts, and your triceps. Additionally, your whole core, your back, your glutes and legs are working and stabilizing your whole body when you bench press. If you skip your bench press or in general your chest training, you will never be able to fully develop a nicely balanced athletic muscular body. Today we're going to focus on how to set up the bench press. If you would like to know on how to create my week training routines, please download my free training and nutrition plans via the link in the description below this video. Now that you know how important it is to bench press, how often should you bench press? For any natural trainee, the recovery is rather long. So considering you have downloaded my free training and nutrition plans and you're also shoulder pressing separately, you need to make sure that you can guarantee the same muscles plenty of recovery time. So if you bench once a week and you shoulder press once a week, make sure you can guarantee your body full recovery. Remember, you train your body or you stimulate your muscle in the gym, but you recover and grow when you don't train, when you sleep and eat. So if you really bench heavy and you give everything you have, once a week is plenty for chest training. What you need to bench press. First, you need comfortable clothes. You don't want your pants to kind of cut in your belly or cut in your lower back. You want to wear something comfortable on top, so when you bench press and you breathe, no seam is cutting into your shoulders or into your armpits. So make sure you wear comfortable clothes. Second, footwear. Wear comfortable trainers, so when you place your feet stable on the floor, you don't slip. Third, gloves. You don't need to wear gloves if you have a gritty bar and you won't slip on the bar whilst benching. But for a lot of people, when they get sweaty, they do slip on the bar, and then that's when I recommend using gloves. Important when you use gloves that go around your wrist and give your wrist a lot of support. Don't wear gloves that just stop here around your hand and then potentially you slip and move around when you bench. So if you do use gloves, use similar gloves or straps like mine that you can tighten up around your wrist. This will give you extra stability when you bench heavy and have to balance the bar. If you don't wear gloves and you're training in a gym that allows you to use some chalk in your hands. That will also help you to avoid from slipping to the outside of the bar. Something you definitively don't need is a towel. I see in other gyms a lot of people lying on the bench with a towel between themselves and the bench. I don't think that's necessary, especially if the weight is getting very heavy and you have to balance the bar above your chest. You want to avoid every potential risk of slipping around. So don't use a towel, and if you do get sweaty, wipe off your sweat off the bench. For me, I always do a couple of sets to warm up without gloves, so I kind of connect to the bar. I get the feel for the balance, I get the feel for the movement, but then for my main sets with the heavy weight, I put on my gloves just so I have extra stability in my wrists and I can avoid every potential of slipping on the bar. How do you get ready for your bench? Like I explained previously in the squat and the deadlift, I think it would be ideal if you can just warm up the joints and the muscles that are going to work in a short minute. So don't stretch the muscle that you're actually going to train right now. To me, it's not ideal because I want to keep the tension in the muscle. I do recommend you to kind of loosen up your shoulder joints a little bit, rotate them back and to the front. Also, you can like swing your arms around to just get more mobility and movement into your shoulders. Maybe 5 forward, 5 back. You can even like open and like kind of close your chest, curl your shoulder joints a little more. And then I also recommend you to do a couple of rotator cuff exercises. I always do outside and inside rotation, so I know my shoulder joints and the small muscles immediately around the joint are perfectly warm and ready to bench. So when you warm up your rotator cuffs, make sure you pick a light weight and don't tire your arms. Just get a little bit more mobility in your joint. I do a couple of sets in each arm, rotation to the inside, as well as outside rotation. Then I swap sides and I do the same. Now that you're ready to bench, I recommend you to do a couple of warm-up sets with light weight. First, in the first warm-up set, do maybe 6 to maximum 8 repetitions in a fairly light weight that helps your muscle mind to get into the exercise. We do a second warm-up set with a little more weight, and that will fully prepare you for the first heavy set of flat bench press. In order for you to perform a very good professional bench press, you need a good space on a flat ground. Also make sure you can bench press somewhere where you don't have people walking into your bar when you balance it above your chest. Make sure that the hooks where the bar is placed before you unrack it is not too high and not too low in order to avoid injury. How to get into your perfect bench position? First of all, you stand in front of the bench in a foot position almost similar to the squat, so shoulder width. When you sit down, your knees are just above your toes and feet. Then you roll back on the bench. Ideally, with your hands, you touch your glutes, so you feel on both sides that you're now perfectly centered in the middle of the bar. Make sure that when you lay back, your eyes are directly below the bar. You don't want to lay too high on the bench, because now when you bench, you're highly likely to bang the bar into the rack. If you lay too low, you have to unrack the bar from so far away from your body and joint. You could potentially risk injury, especially when the bar gets heavy. So make sure again that when you lay back, your eyes are exactly underneath the bar, and this is the perfect position for you to start your bench press. Place your hands always at the same mark on the bench. Your hands too close or too wide will have a big impact on the weight distribution on your arms and chest, as well as your joints. So make sure you can compare each week's lift. That means you have to make sure your hand position is correct every time you bench. The hand position is correct when your upper arms are parallel to the floor and your forearm vertical with a 90 degrees angle in your elbow and the wrist directly under the bar. To me, I know the perfect placement of my hand is when my small finger touches this groove of my bar. Longer arms have to grip wider and shorter arms have to grip the bar more towards the center for correct placement. Gripping the bar too close, you will put too much pressure on your elbow joint and you won't be able to target your chest muscle. If you grip too wide, you will put unnecessarily pressure on your shoulder joint and again, your chest will not get the full effect of the exercise. Make sure you always grip the bar strongly with your whole hand to perfectly distribute and control the weight. I don't think it's wrong to keep a thumbless grip, but I prefer to grip the bar all around for ideal stability and balance. When you lay on the bench, don't overarch or don't push your back flat into the bench. Keep a natural arch, your spine stays in a neutral position throughout the whole exercise. You're not going for a power lift, and therefore you don't need to shorten the distance of movement by bringing up your chest and arching heavily. Your aim is to build your chest, therefore a natural back position and full range of motion is essential. Never ever lift your feet off the ground when you bench. Your feet on the floor and perfectly positioned back and lower back gives you power and stability in your upper body. By having the feet in the air, you will wobble around, your spine is flexing from one side to the other, and you risk injury because you're not stable and able to balance the bar. Keep your feet on the floor at all the times. Now that you are perfectly positioned, take a deep breath, push the bar out of the hooks and bring it over the center part of your chest, not your upper chest or shoulders, and fix a point on the ceiling above your chest. This is the direction you push the bar towards. Once the bar is positioned perfectly above your chest, make sure your shoulder blades are in touch with the bench and pulled together. You are more tight and stable by doing so. It also opens up your chest, so you really train your chest and not your shoulders. Take another deep breath and lower the bar until it smoothly touches your chest. Don't drop the bar, lower it controlled. As soon as you touch the chest, push the bar up whilst fixating the point on the ceiling and breathe out hard. As soon as your arms are straight again, take a breath before you lower the bar. When your lungs are fully extended with lots of air, only then you lower the bar in a controlled speed until it touches the chest, and you now breathe out again and push the bar up above your chest until your arms are straight again. Repeat the same process to complete failure. Ideally, you would work out with a workout partner that could give you a good spot, because training with a spotter or with a workout partner can really help you to go heavy in the bench and maximize the repetitions. For more information on that, please download my free training and nutrition plans, and you have a complete guide in my muscle mass routine where I describe on how to work out with a training partner. When you push up the bar in the last repetition, push it up straight above your chest, and only when your arms are straight, you bring the bar back into the hooks. Your workout partner can help you to guide the bar back into the rack. Start with light weights, get very good in the execution of the bench press. Automate the structure of the exercise, and then you will be able to increase weights and go heavier over a long period of time injury-free and build a big muscular chest. With everything I've just shown you, you have the perfect setup for your bench press. Start slow, get stronger, and improve over a long period of time. Remember, it's always important to bench and train safely to improve productivity and your gains. So don't forget to download my free training and nutrition plans, and please subscribe to my channel because I'm going to release a bench press session very soon and I'd love to show all of you. For now, have a great time and see you soon.